hello there, YouTube. Welcome to a 58-degree Thursday, the 8th of June. Kind of cloudy out here today. Got a really weird quietness to it. It's not quite as windy today. Still very peaceful. Swallows buzzing around, grabbing all their little bugs out of the air, which is good. Keep the mosquitoes and everything off of us. But, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be cloudy. I don't even look at the weather anymore. I just hear when people talk about a heat spell or something coming, and ain't nothing. We just went through that. But that was no big deal. But anyway, let's bust out a Thursday. Come on along. Well, Mama?
Yes, sir.
Starting to be signs of blue skies.
I know that. See little patches.
Yeah, there's rather dark areas on the way here this morning, too.
It looked like it was going to rain.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. I don't think there's any chance of rain. Just had that look.
Yeah.
But, Mama?
Yes, hub.
Let's bust out a Thursday.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you as the day goes on.
All right.
All right, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
This is one of two of the very first Spyder F3 Limiteds that we ever received. Yes, I know it doesn't come with the trunk, because in 2016, when they first came out, it did not come with the trunk. In 2017, that was an upgrade, or upgraded feature. It came with it. But anyway, this couple, I think I've known them since 09. They had some of the original 08 GS's. He had a 5-speed manual, and she had the SE5. Remember I told you a story years ago, back in, I think it was 69 or whatever. Her and her husband were driving. I forget where they were from at the time. I don't know if they were here or where, but anyway, she always rode on the back. She never rode motorcycles, but he was into motorcycles, so she was into motorcycles, as a result, just like Kelly, But they're coming home one day and they see this old, like DT2 or whatever they're called back then, a 250 DT Yamaha dual sport, the old 2-strokes. And so I think they stopped and looked at it or whatever. She says, I want that bike. And he's like, no, you'll kill yourself. You've never ridden a motorcycle. She goes, I want that motorcycle. I want you to buy me that motorcycle. No, I'm not getting you a motorcycle. You just ride on the back with me. So she goes and gets money out of the bank, or she had it at home, whatever, walked, I don't know, a couple miles or whatever it was from their house, met the guy. She goes, I've never ridden, bought it. She said, I've never ridden a motorcycle before. So he says, here's the clutch, here's the brake, there's the throttle, don't kill yourself, have fun, And, yeah, she's been riding ever since. Literally the nicest lady you'll ever meet. True motorcyclist. Her and her husband. And, I think it was mostly Harleys. I know she was going to give me a seat for my 1200 low so Kelly could be comfortable on the back of that thing, because all I had was that La Pera seat that had basically well, we'll just call it a B-pad. The 15-minute, half-hour max seat for the passenger. And anyway, even though they hadn't had the Sportsters, since 08 when they got the Spyders, he wouldn't let her give it to me. And yeah, we just didn't come to agreement, and no seat. But she's just one of those people. She's like Kelly. She'd, give you the keys to her car, if you asked for it. Super cool people. He, unfortunately, they still have both. Now this is hers. He has been riding for a year now. He got diagnosed with a problem. I won't go into it. So he's coming around. They're doing both the sprocket recalls and testing the batteries. And hers, 12.76 volts, 100% health, 100% charge. Perfect. It's the original battery it came with in 16. And if they've been doing the same with his, it'll be the same way. Simple battery maintenance. So I met a father and son today. It was really cool. They're quite upset because he said people were less than friendly to him. Well, you know, I've got her waiting up in the lounge, and I got a stack of stuff to do when it's busy. You know, they've been ordered to, you know, keep people from coming down there because they end up spending a lot of time. In the wintertime, you know, I have nothing but time, you know, or there's nothing pressing usually. But I guess they ran into like 3 different people, and they were less than kind to him. But in all fairness, you know, I get it. You know, you're from, they're currently, well, I'll just say they're in California, and they're up in Seattle meeting some VIPs up there. Key is, you never know who you're talking to if you're being less than friendly, whether you're having a bad day or whatever. Well, we used to say, put your race face on. If you're at work, always have your best face. Whether you're sick, you just dealt with an angry customer, whatever the case may be, you smile and do everything for them. So yeah, they were less than friendly. In all fairness, they kind of burn out on having to deal with people coming to see me down there. You know, and especially the service guys, they got a schedule, promises they've made people, and you know, things are tight this time of year. The schedule is tight. A minute can't be wasted. And but still, even though they're frustrated that, you know, somebody else is coming and wants to go downstairs and see me, you know, they can be nice about it. But anyway, they ended up, they seen Kelly over there and met her, and then Kelly brought him down. And they're very nice. They didn't want to waste my time. They just want to say, hey, we took some selfies, and that's it, you know. And very nice meeting. But yeah, you never know who you're talking to when you're being a D-bag. You got to be careful with that. Yeah, this was the wrong person to be less than friendly to. I just don't get it. The youth of today is crazy. And one of them is maybe a little bit younger than me. Yeah, there's no excuse for that. So I will be having a discussion with the GM before this day's over. That was uncool, like totally uncool. This guy deals with this kind of stuff. You know, customer relations type stuff. Yeah, he's, wrong guy to mess with. He's a big BMW fan too. Yeah. Kind of unfortunate, but yeah, that's not cool. You just don't know. That's why, I mean, even if someone literally looks like they came out of the homeless camp down there, unless you do or say something that changes me somehow, you're going to get the same respect as if, you know, Bill Gates come walking through, you know. I'm not going to roll the red carpet out for you. I'm not one of those guys that gets impressed by that kind of stuff. Ooh, he's got money kind of a thing, you know. But everybody with respect, unless you're being just blatantly disrespectful, you know, that kind of, you know, nobody deals with that well. But still, you can kindly tell them to kiss off. You gotta deal with these things, you know. Yeah, I'm just making, you see, I'm making this kind of a short trip because she is waiting up front. But I know how she is. She brings the book and she goes, finds a comfortable spot and settles into that book. You go up there and it's always kind of the same response. You're done already? Good Lord, I've been on it forever. Oh no, that was quick. Yeah, known these folks for a long time. Yeah, I remember when they come pick these things up. That was cool. I hope I put that RO up front. I'm pretty sure I did. You know what? God dang it. I actually set the thing. I was helping the other tech with something. Set that RO down. I'm sitting here thinking I do not remember. He just had a tire put on his BMW and promptly picks up a nail and just had to have another one put on. Nothing catches nails faster than a brand new tire. But I'll change out with him for half a second. Let me just double check, make sure I didn't stick that thing up there. No, I didn't. Oh, I did. Here, look around, you can't see. No peeking. Awesome. All right. So I was already starting to take this thing apart and thought, well, I better stop and video this thing. So the 2011 RSS. You guys remember these things? You guys got the turning windshield, got the wind scoops there on the side, and the saddlebags. If you didn't like that and not a whole bunch more, maybe the backrest, these made nice bikes. Very, very sporty feeling. Bars, lowered bars. Actually, these are actually higher than the original ones. They were about right in here before, but the pegs are the same, set way back. These things, you literally felt like you were riding a sport bike. Yeah, the RSS model. I already started taking the wind panels and stuff off to gutter out. This one's getting basically a 28K. It's on its second 14K service. These twins, the big service was at 14K instead of 28. Like well, I don't have a 1330 down here, but yeah, something else. And most of them, so you got stock air filter in there. You don't put some dirt sucking fabric filter in there. Yeah, and you change the oil somewhat frequently, close to schedule. You'll never adjust the valve in one of these things, because they run, because you got to keep them over 4,000 RPMs, all the time to keep the clutch engaged and keep the emissions cleaning itself out. So they never get a chance to carbon up. They'll live a long time. You just do some basic maintenance to them. But if it does need shims, especially on that rear cylinder, man, that really sucks. It's got a balancer, counterbalancer up there in between the cams, and it's also a physical crankcase breather. In other words, it spins fast enough and it has a hole on each side. It almost looks like another cam down there, but it's just a balancer and has two elongated holes on each side. So the centrifugal force slings any oil out of the way, but it allows crankcase pressure to go through that and down a vent on the left-hand side of the rear cylinder. If you ever take the cam caps off of one of these things, doing the valve adjustment, it's not mandatory, because it's an internal oiled part. But if you use a real light coating of like Yamaha Bond, Honda Bond, some of the 3 Bonds stuff. Actually, there's some BMW stuff that works really good. And you put that around there, because it goes through that cam tower and down into the head. Well, they could leak sometimes right there. Well, it's just an air pass through. And if that area, that cam cap would leak. The oil would drop into the crankcase breather, and you start soaking your air box. It actually doesn't quite make it to the air filter, but it makes it to a drain for the air box, and it drizzles all down. I think it ends up drizzling down the right hand side, even though the breather's on the left. But yeah, it's weird. That was a deal. If you ever have the cam cap off, I would highly suggest it's thoroughly dried in that one area. It's tricky to do because your cam surface areas have to be, put some assembly lube or something in there to keep that lubricated for initial startup. You gotta be careful to do all that without getting it on that sealer, but because you never know which one's gonna leak. But anyway, just thought I'd throw this thing in there. That's pretty. That's real pretty, and fun as heck to ride. They go like a scalded dog. Well, hello there, YouTube. Nobody. There's a little bit of clouds out here. Actually, looking behind us, it almost looks like rain clouds. There's like 0% chance of rain.
Oh, they're just thick clouds.
Yeah, but on the other side,
Pretty.
yeah, that's nice and pretty. Sunset almost.
Yeah.
Although it's got a ways. I think it's only 10 or 15 after 8. It's like a couple minutes after 9. I think it's sunset. But it sneaks behind them mountains, and
Yeah, and then it gets dark.
yeah. But yeah, it's kind of dimmer than normal. I think the clouds are kind of filtering stuff a little bit.
It's a softball.
Yeah, it's been off and on clouds. It was quite cloudy going to work this morning. It's kind of weird, but
It was a nice day.
yeah, it's nice. The temperature was just comfortable. You can have the doors open in the shop down there, and it's perfectly fine. And every once in a while, you feel a little blow of the air conditioner up there, but for the most part, just doors open. It's nice. Even got a little titmouse that got in the shop there. Had to shoo it out. Got tangled up over there by the BMW, that big tool chest thing over there. Oh man, if you leave a bird inside there, the motion detectors will be setting off alarms all night long. So I got it out. I don't know. I think it slithered out while I was moving some stuff around, but it was gone.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. But anyways, good day. Oh, some nice visitors today. Michael and his son. I don't remember his son. I'm sad to say, but what his name was. But really nice folks. They're from San Francisco. They're up in Seattle doing business up there, and coming back through on the way home and stopped in and said, hey.
Oh, very nice meeting you both.
Yeah, it was good. Lots of people trying to keep them from going down there. I just had a really busy day. I'm sure they meant well. They just didn't go about it correctly, you know.
No.
But those things can happen, unfortunately. But not to, customer coming in. It's just, it could have been handled different,
Yes.
But anyway, I think I talked about that when I was on the test ride. But yeah. But
Lily, no.
yeah, what's going on?
Because they're playing, and I want to
They're
go
playing.
over
I want to go over there and get with them. Leo. No. But he's looking at it.
Like what?
But anyway, I think on that, we're going to bail on out on you.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Friday or Saturday.
Heck yeah. All righty. We'll see you in the morning.
See you then.
Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.